To my dear sibling, the SKiPs, there's about 3,000 siblings of SKiPs, and then there's thousands of other ones that are out there that are tolerating difficult situations with your brother or sister who's struggling and challenged. You know that they're acting very difficult, breaking rules, family rules, house rules, Torah rules. You know that they're acting selfish many times almost abusive. Hashem is putting you in a difficult, challenging situation, a situation that requires you to become extremely mature and to say that with this sibling, I don't care about being right. I want to make them happy. Because believe it or not, over time, when we don't fight and we give in to these kids who are going through hard times, we win them over, they calm down, and they end up getting better. They're going through a temporary hard time. I know every day feels like a million years, and a year or 2 or 3 seems like forever, but it's not. Make the best out of the situation. Be mevater. Being mevater is not giving anyone anything. It's taking for yourself by becoming a better person. I encourage the parents to make a mevater chart. Every time one of the siblings give up for anybody, especially the kip, it's your turn to sit in the front. It's your turn to have the computer. It's your turn to this. It's your turn to that. He says, stop making so much noise, and you stop making noise. You move around. You go out of your comfort zone. You are mevater. You're giving up for your brother or your sister. It's one of the biggest midos, tovos that you could have. You're kinda a mitzvah. You deserve to be rewarded. You get a star on the mevater chart, and every 10, your parents will make up with you what happens. You get ice cream or some other program, but you're really not giving in. I have to give in to my sister because she's such a brat. I have to give in to my brother. You're not giving. You're gaining. You know how to gain? Sometimes you take something for yourself and you say, wow, I gained it. Sometimes you give in to somebody else and you gain even more. If you could be mevater, you have a koach of tefillah. If you could be mevater, you're going to have a better life as a married adult, as a parent, as somebody in this world. Unfortunately, many times you'll end up in a situation where you have a right to fight, and you're right to fight. You have the right to be right to fight, but it's not going to be something that's going to help you win the battle. You may win the battle and lose the war. Now you're going to get skills. Who is our hero? Who is a sibling that we look up to for thousands of years because she was willing to give up everything for her sister, even though she had a right? We all know it's Rachel Imenu. When you go ahead and you give up, even though you're right, and you say, listen, I know my brother, my sister is going through a hard time. I'm not going to fight with them or argue with them or argue with my parents. I'm going to give in. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to say it's okay. Give them first. You go in the footsteps of Rachel Imenu, who we remember thousands of years later and who we look up to. We're not asking you to marry Esav. We're not asking you to give up your whole life. But it's hard, giving up a lot. Every time you give up, look at it as if somebody paid you $1,000. Every time you give up, I give you $1,000. So all of a sudden tonight, something happens and you give up. You don't complain or you do something else. Whatever it is, you're mevater, and I give you $1,000. You'll be smiling, but you lost out. No, I gained $1,000. I can't wait to do it again. Trust me. When you give in to your brother or sister who's going through a hard time, and you don't fight with them, and you let your parents do what they need to do to love them back to life and to save them, besides the schar that you get, besides the mitzvah that you get, you benefit much more yourself, more than $1,000, because you become Superman. I am a person who's capable of giving in. I am a person who's capable of giving up. I am a person who's capable of saying it's okay. I don't need, you take it. You know they're suffering. You know they're in pain. You know they went through a hard time. Give in. Give in and raise yourself up. Comes to Shavuos. Kabbalah Satira. As great as you think you are, you can't do it without them. A Sefer Torah that has a missing ois is pasul. We have to be makarev and have everybody there on Shavuos. And unfortunately, this year Shavuos, we're missing so many of the letters, so many of the Yidden that are connected to oisos. We were once Ki'ish Echad B'Lev Echad. And now we blame them. It's their fault. But that's not the full truth. It's not really their fault. Something happened to them. You know that they're broken. But regardless of it, whether it's their fault or not, it's our opportunity to be Makarev them slowly over time. How are you Makarev? Very simple. With a lot of love. Like Aaron HaKohen, Oyeves Abriyos, U'Makarev L'Torah. I feel bad for you siblings. You don't have a normal life. You're forced to either sink or swim. Either sink or swim. You're forced. You can't be normal and regular. You're either going to become an angel and work on your midas and give in and give your brother or sister kip love and cards and buying stuff for them and giving in to them because you know that that's your tafkid, to be a part of the team to rescue them, to increase the chances for them to live at home, stay alive, conquer their problems and come back to Hashem. You're a part of that, a big part of that. You make the atmosphere happy and warm and inviting. You have to do that. That's your tikkun. It's not a mistake that this is your sister or brother. Hashem gave you this child because you need it for you, for whatever reason. It's your avodah, your work in this world. I want to wish all of you a good Yantif. And Mirza Hashem, soon, if the parents ask and they tell me that there's an interest, we will have a Zoom sibling meeting group. And I wish all of you a good Yantif. We should be Zaycha to be Mekabel the Torah. We should be Zaycha to step up with our Midos Tovos and use our brains and our health, not against the struggling ones, but to bring back all of our brothers and sisters, to have a warm, happy home, an atmosphere of love, an atmosphere where our estranged siblings feel ahava, feel comfortable being however they are right now, which will increase their chances of them coming back. You know, deep down, whether they admit it or not, they would love to trade places with you. They wish that they could be you. They wish. Sometimes they're too proud to say it. You'll see one day they'll tell you, so hard to be a kip. It's so hard to be off the derech. It's so hard to be different than your family. They're jealous of you. Baruch Hashem, if you're healthy. Baruch Hashem, if you're happy. You have what to give. Give your brother. Give your sister. And by doing that, you're actually getting a lot more than you're giving. You're getting midos, you're getting schar, you're getting that you become a superhuman person. And that's the best gift that you could ever get.